So what this AI LLM engineers are doing, what basically they do, what basically the tech they do when they join the project, what exactly the key activities they are doing. When you call them, okay, I'm the AI/LLM engineer, what we are doing. Definitely, we need to very clear what the AI means, what the LLM means, and what the engineering means, right? So we know we need to understand those real meaning and how it is mapping to the work. So end of the day, what they are doing the work, they are doing the labor, they are working on a project where they're using extreme level of their cognitive ability and all set of tools, and then doing some work which required cognitive energy. So now coming back, what AI LLM engineers are doing. So for that specific reason, we need to understand what project they are working, what kind of projects they are. We usually have in our IT industry or digital technology industry or information technology industry. And if you're from computer science, information technology, those kind of background where you're studying those subjects and going through the LLM AI/LLM engineering pathway. See, I'm also learning this, right? I'm not saying I'm the perfect, but whatever I have learned, I'm trying to explain it over here. So here, if you go into this project, what this project means, RegIntel, that I have given a very simple name, the intelligence on top of regulation. The even see the key idea, this project got born because we have artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence here means, like, currently when we are studying a very old document, let's say I'm studying Indian Finance Act, right? And if I'm going through a specific page, section, part, division, something, so I can read that language, but I won't be able to understand exactly where it is mapping, right? Because maybe it was written in 1954, it get upgraded. I saw recently a 2025 version came. Again, I'm not expert. There may be a gap on that knowledge. I'm still learning. But think about it. You are reading those documents which came in 1954, 1956, then upgrades happen, then upgrades happen, then upgrades happen. And by now, everybody's following that, right? So it's not easy even for the subject matter expert to, work on it, understand on it. If he's going to, let's say he's going to the recent tech, he need to go back, traverse back. What was earlier, because that's how the people work, right? You do solve in your university or somewhere, you solve a mathematical problem and you prepare for Indian Institute of Technology entrance examination, or you do something else. So you touch, even you are studying physics, but you touch different topics. You in the physics, you need to, let's say you're studying optics, you need to connect to, you need to connect to, let's say, mathematics, you need to connect to trigonometry, something like that. So same way, think about the problem, when subject matter experts dealing with the knowledge they need to use and apply to a solution. And solution could be like, a company is buying another company, a company, Indian company buying US company, US company buying, Chinese company. So there's a lot of laws in place. They cannot go and just buy to anything, right? It must have a regulatory standard. It must have compliance. It must have like a lot of certificates, data, and everything. So having said, around that, intelligence needed, and not we are all capable humans, but still, when we get this AI help, we can get intelligence quicker. We can get that knowledge quicker. We can brainstorm the answer quicker. So what AI LLM engineers do, definitely they do the tech work. They do the tech work, right? Because they did not come in the background, like they came in the back, they came here like studying the domain, studying the finance problem. No, there is a domain, finance or whatever, right? Some business is going on, solving some problem, right? So tech guys come, they get the data from it and solve the problem, solve the work, do their work. Like plumber comes, he solve plumbing problems. Carpenter comes, the carpentering problem. So definitely carpenter has the tools and everything, how it does, but he understand why we need the sofa, why need the table, but you are the person who telling what the size of sofa, how it fits to the room, something like that. So coming back to this point, if you go through this project, first understand what this project is doing. And then you understand, like I have already explained in different sections what the AI LLM engineering means. So key thing in the AI LLM engineering means, think about it. Let's say we are developing a chatbot, which is used by banks, which is used in universities, which is used in IIM. They are giving MBA in finance, and they would like to give a very fact-based a system where it is maintaining all sort of finance system. And then when MBS guys doing case studies, they can get the help from that system because it is very well maintained. It's not just standard Google search. It is very well maintained book of finance where they can get the context, whatever the finance learning they're doing. Thinks about it. And what as a AI LLM engineers we are doing it. First step, we are learning what this problem is, what we are solving, what the documents are, how are in this specific format. I just picked up one category of the problem. I call it as knowledge engineering. We are doing here knowledge AI engineering or knowledge AI LLM engineering or applying AI LLM engineering on top of the knowledge. So what we are doing here is we are getting all sort of knowledge. I'm just talking about the high level that is in PDF, that is in context, that is in books, and we are maintaining a big book, a structured book. We are putting in some structure the way if you have looked into the database and all, we are putting in that specific structure. And usually, when user sends a query, we apply some sort of, semantics into it, how this query matches with the correct context, and that context we have maintained in our database means context database, where we have maintained in which specific book, which specific section, which specific article it will be connects to. So we do some sort of context engineering there, and in that context engineering we add value what the users has done the query. We add some better context in it. We provide that specific context. We give this context to LLM, large language models. Large language models understand this is the query, this is the context, and what answer they are seeking for, right? And that way, some way the answers came, right? So there is a tech involved. There's a different way of solutioning involved. Sometimes we do the engineering on context itself. It is a big project. You do the work in the context as well. You may be the AI LLM engineer, but what the work you are doing, you are maintaining all the document data in that structure. Let's say you have 5 documents: finance document A, finance document B, finance document C, finance document E. And what you are doing, you are putting that data in sort of README in a structure. And there you're saying finance A has these chapters, these has these specific contexts. So you are basically giving a context, to the LLM, a better context before he has answer. So what you are doing in LLM, you are giving a questions, right? And there's a lot of engineering comes here. The graphs comes here if the information is too much, right? And there's hundreds of documents, but if you do manual way, let's say you do on Cloudy and type your question, you say, I need the answer from this PDF, I need the answer from this PDF. But what you have done in your solution, you have automated it because in your business, you want performance, you want a structure, you want to maintain your knowledge, and you want that all team referring the same document to get the answer and somebody is maintaining it, something like that, right? So you give the question, your context engineering, go to specific document, connect with your questions, go to LLM, apply some, so that means there's 3 things, like RAG, retrieval, augmentation, generation, something like that. I will cover, in detail what this means. I'm still learning yet, very honest with you, but just trying to explain you on the high level what the recent project I have done, where we have some AI LLM engineers, what they are doing basically. So look into this, like, what the key activities are doing. But the end goal of this AI LLM engineer for this specific project, they are working in the knowledge engineering. And knowledge is what? The knowledge of finance knowledge, Indian finance knowledge, which is in Act, which is in regulations, which is in books. So that has been structured such a way So the team, the different learners who can use it, and they engineer the intelligence such a way so that correct people they can use it, right? So that's what I can share with you. Just give me 1 second. uh I have a document which I thought to share with you, what recently I did. Yeah, correct. So recently I developed a, POC where we did, couple of engineering things. If you are still looking, no, I want to know some technology name or something. It was a quick, project we did. What we did, we picked up, couple of web pages, PDFs, and everything. We apply these kind of tech. I have given the name of everything. We wrote quickly Node.js based APIs. We did web scraping tool, Axios and Cheerio. We use like this Puppeteer, which basically like scraping the data. We need the content extraction way because we picked up the data from directly from HTML pages like that, and then we had a way we converted the HTML pages to Markdown language. We used for document parsing, we used PDF parse and this. We did text processing. That was our custom recursive splitter, the way we're splitting the information. We use vector store where we just picked all the data in JSON. We used embedding. So this we use OpenAI text embeddings, something like, we use the English language, convert into a exact words or like that. And then we use this LLM. We just use this open API. We use their what your key and integrate it with our system. And then, request goes and answer comes. To get the, real-time progress, what is happening, we use WebSockets. And for chat streaming, we use chatbot and FJS token by token processing, something like that. We developed a front end in pure HTML and something file upload, let's say, because we are keep updating the content of the document storage from where the intelligence are coming. We did something like that. And then we have some meta JSON where we are maintaining which files are, something like that. So this we have developed, but you will ask how many days we take. Just 2 days, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, that's it. Because we were clear what we were solving. Actually, I can really tell we just did in 5 6 hours, 4 6 hours, that's it. We just did in just few hours, not more than that. So because we understand, we quickly ask the right question to the cloudy and everything. We shared what we are doing, what we want, what we need. Once we were very clear with that, because we were doing that understanding from last many months. So for us, getting the things done is not that complex. So sharing the same with you. Hope you will be giving some context what AI/LLM engineering means. But again, there's no limitation. You go to the research paper, you go to the BERT, you study Google research paper. But my suggestion is go other way. First pick up the problem, then go to the solution. Does not mean you pick up any technology, any research somebody has done, and then moving and then searching for a problem. That way, knowledge not remains to you. Always say, these are the type of problems we are solving. For these kind of problem, these are the technologies we are using. And that technology you are saying yourself as AI/LLM engineer, how your AI/LLM engineering profession, technology, techniques, whatever, helping to develop this solution. So that was the key message. And we will keep talking, and feel free, if you have any questions, then here is the prompt. Get in touch, ask the question. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.